Hello everyone, my name is Isela. It is June the 12th, and this is a timeless message. It'll find you whenever it is meant to find you, and the channeled songs this morning were Groovy Kind of Love by Phil Collins and Signed Sealed Delivered by Stevie Wonder. Sorry, don't mean to be rude. My channel message today is about you. About every single one of you. And how I need to paint a better picture of how amazing you are. And how important it is for you to fiercely maintain your authenticity. Okay. The reason for that is because you are completely authentic. There's no one like you. There's never been anyone like you on this planet. There will never be anyone like you on this planet. And there isn't anyone like you on this planet right now. And that will remain true, I guess, till the end of time. The Bible says that God is within you in so many idioms that it's really hard to count. And although I know in my heart that the Bible is misconstrued and incomplete and complex, there are some messages in there that are undeniable. And I think first and foremost is know thyself, and that God is within. Okay, those are the two biggest. I tried to light my candle countless times and wouldn't stay lit. And then I heard, "You're all the light you need." And that's absolutely correct. You are all the light you need. If you don't love yourself fiercely and appreciate the authenticity that is by design, by such intricate design that I don't think people realize that not only are you incredibly authentic, like not even your identical twin is like you. And again, think of all of the people that have ever existed in time. Not one of those people has ever been like you. So imagine the idea that you have a teddy bear, plain old teddy bear, and you know, like Taco Bell, you've got your 10 little decorations or whatever, and imagine having a bunch of blank teddy bears that you decorate with those same decorations in billions and billions of different ways, not only in the way they look, but understand that every person that's ever been on this earth, that'll ever be on this earth, will have a different way of perceiving the earth and the world that they're on. And the value in that is priceless. You are a masterpiece. You are your own work of art. And until you learn to live your life that way and see your life that way and let go of the restrictions that people derive out of the Bible when they read it, it's almost madness. It's almost madness. It really is. And especially when you consider that, like, well, I've never seen anyone be struck down from the earth by a bolt of lightning for touching kids when they shouldn't do, or murdering a bunch of people, or for lying to somebody. Because we carry out justice here on earth. Because people still don't understand that we're all one energy. So if I stab my neighbor, I stabbed myself. So we have to self-govern. And we need to appreciate that you are a masterpiece. What you think in here is no one else can ever think that. What you feel in here, no one else will ever feel that. A bunch of different people can experience the same thing at the same time and have a very different experience of it mentally, physically, socially, emotionally. And what they take from that experience is even more vast, the possibilities of that. And that's what I want to talk about: authenticity and connection. Okay, what good is authenticity if you can't plug it into something or someone or an idea? And authenticity has died because of, unfortunately, the thing that I'm speaking to you through right now, the phone. The problem with that is that, second, I'll be right back. Wow, that's awesome. Maybe that's what I need to say in the message. The thing about authenticity is that it is so unique to you in the way that you experience and feel, in the way that you're designed, that it's meant to be shared. And we've come into an era of technology and of lack of connection that we're no longer using our imagination. We don't have a curiosity anymore. We feel like we don't have to treat the people in front of us like they're important because, you know, the stuff we're interested in is on a phone in front of our face. That phone in front of your face, no matter how much information that you can find on it and look up, that information's controlled. It's filtered. Someone determines, you know, what you should see first. Understand that you're robbing yourself of your life experience by doing that. I love libraries, but it's getting harder and harder for me to find a library where I can just walk in and peruse through the book aisles or open up a card catalog and just look stuff up and go get a book. It's like one of my favorite things to do in Long Beach. Like, I miss the libraries there. So when a society maintains its authenticity, okay, when cultures maintain their authenticity, they become powerful and intelligent in a way that no one outside of that tribe, culture, community will ever understand. And that's because of the process that happens as you experience the art that is your life, finding the authentic you. When you get a chance to go seek out what your imagination wants you to be curious about, you're designing your authentic self. And with information being controlled and filtered as to what you should see first and what's important, and we're not allowed to use this word or that word, so we're going to change that. And, you know, we keep changing the definition of words. And, you know, I grew up Catholic, and somewhere along the way all the responses changed. And I hate going to church. Most chosen will, because you understand that people are there for spiritual points. They're not there because they've been introspective and they're grateful for a damn thing. And church isn't, we're not supposed to be in boxes, looking at boxes. We're not supposed to think in a box. This isn't a box. This is an energetic field. Okay, understand that we're all just matter, energy, carbon-based, whatever, things. And I'm sorry, I'm tired. I'm exhausted, but I'm doing this because everybody needs to hear it. I need to hear it. We're all carbon-based life forms, right? And so if we're all just matter and energy and atoms, Adam and Eve, so what we perceive is what it is. I mean, we're all made of the same stuff, this table, me, my sunglasses, all the same stuff. And the problem is that we don't appreciate that, we don't understand that, we don't spend time with it. We don't understand how our body works, and I've been telling people that since I started realizing that mine's not working the way it should be, which is really young. I didn't feel like it was working the way it should be in here because people kept attacking what was in here, and I just didn't understand that. And maybe my way of seeing the world and the things that I'm saying to you sound really different, but they're authentic. And I know they're going to resonate with some people. People spend their lives trying to be this idea of them that was imposed on you by what you saw on TV, by the way that people speak, by the words that you use, by the experiences that you have. But are they your experiences when you post them online every second and you don't use any of that time to be introspective and understand that everything is, we're all the same, we're all just God's energy, but nothing, no animal, no being, nothing that's ever been created is like you. I mean, that's beautiful. And so many of us spend so much of our day not happy with ourselves, not happy with our position in life, and instead of focusing on each other and the person, we focus on the presentation. And you can present whatever you want. I have no problem with people having nice things. I think people sometimes think that people like me are like, oh, it's about, you know, how many nice things you have or how many you don't. Look, whether you do or don't have nice things, if you don't match the shit that you're wearing inside, don't even bother. I look good in Walmart clothes. I have plenty of clothes in my closet that I bought at Walmart that I like, that I wear all the time. Most of the t-shirts that people are like, that's a really cool t-shirt. I'm like, cool. I got it at Walmart for $5.99 because I'm cool. So the shirt looks cool. And if you think that's conceited, it is, because I love me. I have to love me because sometimes other people don't love you right. No matter how much you tell them how to love you, they don't. So be authentic. Stop letting other people determine how badass you are and just be that. And people, when you're insulting other people or you're gossiping about them or you're constantly seeing them in a state where they're not happy, well, dude, you should probably think about, you know, why does this person feel this way? Maybe I should ask them what's going on with them. So connect, people, connect. Understand that because we can't go out and seek our own books. And understand that walking in your purpose and knowing what you're supposed to do is so important. It makes you exist well beyond your energy, okay? And if you happen to be able to afford a really old book, I suggest that you go buy one. Buy a book that was written before 1850, if you can afford one, okay? On any subject matter, literally anyone. And then go get a book that was made anytime in the year 2000 and after, okay? Whatever century that is. I'm sorry, my brain's not working. You will see that the information is vastly different, but the one that's going to resonate with you more is the old book. And do you know why? Because that person didn't seek the information by a compiled list of references on the internet. That person went and talked to someone in that experience. They went and found that little fungi and, you know, were petting it, and they learned to draw it perfectly, and, you know, they appreciated it and talked to it and shit, and they got all weird and creepy with it. Like everybody who's ever loved anything with the Spirit of God, with the Holy Spirit in them, when you love something, you jump into that. You become that thing. You can't walk without radiating on this thing. And people don't notice it because they're on this thing that they think gives them the information that they need, but it doesn't. There's no way that this can tell you what you needed to find on the path of your life purpose. And in the process of becoming your authentic self and staying committed to your purpose and to your moral compass and to the very root of how you would treat someone if they were you. You're treating a person like yourself, however it is that you're treating them. So think about that. You're fucking up someone's art. And the way you fuck it up messes up your art. Of course, that's karma. Okay? So, love yourself and understand that we need to connect with people. The government, whatever powers that be that control what decides or who decides what gets filtered onto our list of information that we're taking in and what gets posted first. And now we can't go into libraries and just grab books. And then you think about how cultures have been burning books since forever, and how rich people have always had books. They've got a library. The wealthiest people in the world, no matter where they live, have libraries because information is powerful. Okay, it creates an authenticity by the way that you interpret that information and the way that you put that information back out into your energy field. And we're not doing that anymore because no one's using their imagination. No one's using their creativity. Creativity 1347. What a crazy number. And that's why society's deteriorating, because no one's passionate about anything, so we don't value anything, least of all ourselves. And with the government controlling everything and us not connecting to each other, how the hell do we help one another when they're trying to keep us in our houses, when they're detaching us from the connection right in front of us, when everyone's living from a shadow? They're shadow. We've detached to a degree that people are hurting people that they love because they're afraid to get hurt. Like, what kind of cockamamie, ridiculous way is that to live? Like, people don't have psychological problems. They have, like, participation problems in their own life. And other people have, like, influence problems by not allowing people to participate in their own life. And we need to knock that off and appreciate everybody for their individuality, for their authenticity, and connect with that. I think what's most evident is that understand people that like our government's come out and told us that like there's UFOs. Okay, and nobody cares. We're just all like, whatever. Some stupid shows coming on the hula thing on TV. Like, what? There's UFOs. And then people are like, you don't realize that your body is a living example of the universe. The universe is so vast. There's so many Milky Ways and stars and planets and stuff out there that we haven't even discovered, that we can't even perceive. And people are like, well, we've never been to the moon. Well, possibly. But how about the fact that at least the people that were alive in the 50s and 60s during the space race had the imagination and the fucking authenticity to pursue something like, let's build a big ass plane with friggin' bomb rockets on the bottom and go all the way up into the planet and go to outer space. And because no one said, oh, that's crazy to imagine, and didn't interfere with them enough, in fact, they promoted that idea. Here's a whole bunch of money and a whole group of people to help you do that we've been to outer space. Been to outer space. We don't know what the hell to do when we get there, because we don't know how to use this thing. We only use 8% of our brain. The smartest person only uses 8% of their brain. And how do we know we don't have 3D goggles in there that allow us to see all the shit in the universe when we get out there? But the problem is that no one is even imagining that it's real, that it's possible, that it's something that you can do. And people don't realize the power and the authenticity of tribes that are very few, that are isolated from all of humanity, that possess more information and know more about surviving on an earth that has been evolving since the day that God breathed it into existence. Those people have more knowledge than any book, computer, anything like that could ever give you. And you know why? Because of their authenticity. Because they haven't let anyone come into that tribe and be like, hey, have you tried this gator schmaderade? Have you tried this, that, whatever? They don't even have clothes on. Most of them. Just enough to protect their little bits and pieces. And people assume like these people aren't smart and whatever. Like, understand how authentic you have to be to quite literally be like, you know, in South Africa, like Canyon Sands people that are quite literally living in a place where there's nothing. Like, think of the movie The Gods Must Be Crazy. There's nothing. They got a Coke bottle and freak the hell out, okay? So we're gotten to the point where these people can see planes flying overhead. You could probably see Johannesburg glowing from there, and have not given into, let's go over there. Let's see what those big ass planes are. They've given into, those are spirits, and who knows how many of us have bothered to communicate with. I'm sure they're out there, but I'm only one person. I can only do so much. My point is, your authentic purpose, your imagination, the way that you perceive in your brain is just as unique and authentic to how one of a kind you are, of how much of a masterpiece you are. And we're in a society now where we don't have world's fairs. We're no longer exchanging this beautiful perspective, the innovation, the invention, the creativity that happens in there. So let's say there are UFOs, which have been confirmed, and let's say one lands, and maybe this country doesn't know how to get into them, and that country has some people that know something. Like, if you put a team of people together, maybe one person can solve this part of the problem, and another person can pick up where that person left off, and that's connectivity, that's collective consciousness to ascend into a, you know, a more exciting existence, something other than what the hell's going on now, because none of it is healthy, constructive, meaningful. It's all about chasing paper to buy things that people that are secluded from every other culture, every other modern technology on earth don't fucking need, have no use for. You could give it to them and they're just like, what am I gonna do with this? I'm sorry, I can't help myself sometimes. I have to make myself laugh because I'm constantly fucking isolated by people that don't appreciate my authenticity. So stop doing that, everybody. The time on the timer was 1919. I'm sorry. Okay. That's what I have to say about that. Let your mind kind of have fun with it. Meditate, dang it, and go discover yourself, and stop hurting people by not being willing to face yourself. If you don't love yourself, you're going to treat people the way that you feel about yourself. And there's no fault in that, and you're not to blame, and don't hold it against yourself, because clearly people who do that have done that shit far too much, and that's why they're in the state that they're in. But people, love yourself. Just who cares? People could tell me I smell like shit, and they hate my $5 shirt, and you know, you're still wearing the same docs from like 1984, so what? You noticed. Let it linger. Let it linger. Do you have to? Yeah, I fucking have to. Okay? Because you clearly don't hear it or see it or feel it. I only have one stone with me today because I'm gonna go visit some people. I'm gonna try and get out of the house and not offend people with my authenticity, but come at me. I dare you. Today's stone is the Dalmatian stone, I think. Hang on, it's in my pocket somewhere. I don't know where I'm at here. One second, people. I can't do two things at once. It's far too Dalmatian stone. All right, my old butt. 2108 on the timer. The Dalmatian stone is also referred to as the stone of joy. It affects the root chakra. It is not jasper in this case. This Dalmatian stone is not made of jasper. It's made of other stuff. Look it up if it matters that much to you. It's predominantly found in Chihuahua, Mexico. And it's formed in huge, like really large masses. It's used for a lot of things. It can be used raw. It's most often polished and shaped, used for jewelry and things. It's for the root chakra. It's called the stone of joy because it gives you a childlike sense of wonder. And this is the only stone I put in my pocket today, not just because I was running late, because I'm feeling like crap. It is for your connection to Mother Earth. Okay, connects you to Mother Earth. It inspires your personal will to pursue your goals and provides the necessary tools along the journey. It raises one's level of confidence and brings it forth to showcase that you are the only one in control of your life path. 2218. It brings forth an overwhelming obsession to accomplish your dreams. And it'll help you show that your voice is the loudest, and will help you disconnect from the negative energy that's not your personal growth. Okay, so use your voice, your intuition. When they say your voice is your intuition, and 2246, intuition. Listen to your consciousness. It'll help you listen to your consciousness by allowing your soul to speak. It comforts confusion and promotes well-being. It also has very, very strong grounding powers. Overwhelming obsession for accomplishing your dreams. It helps you show that your inner voice is the loudest. It'll help you disconnect from negative energy. That'll stunt your personal growth. I'm sorry, I can't read my own handwriting anymore, especially when I'm all my well-being is not up to par, so I got to go work on that today. Listen to your consciousness. Allow your soul to speak. Find your authenticity. Find your childlike sense of wonderment, everybody, about yourself. Find your childlike sense of wonderment about yourself, and understand that you are a beautiful, authentic masterpiece, and that God did this so that you don't have to feel like that in here. This is a bad symbol of him. He doesn't want to be remembered like that anymore. Okay? He wants to be Buddy Christ, like in Dogma, rather than this. Because this was picked by people to make you feel like it's okay to feel like that. The whole reason this was done is so that we don't feel like this in here. Like we're less than, like we're not worthy of anything but the best. But if you're not prepared to stand in your authenticity and just go, you know what? I'm badass. I'm doing this. Maybe you don't like it, but maybe you should watch and observe and use what I'm doing to change whatever you're doing if you're not happy with it. 2441, drink water, everybody. I hate eating and drinking in front of people. I hate people. So I don't hate people. That's a really strong word. I'm sorry. I'm such a opposite. I really hate the way people treat each other. That's what I mean to say. So forgive me for not being authentic in that moment, and for giving into influence to believe that it's okay to even say something like that. So I'm gonna call myself out, because if I don't, I can't count on anybody else to. So I heard myself immediately, and you know, the way that you speak about yourself resonates to a degree that I can't make people understand, and it's probably my worst addiction, is the way that I speak to myself. And I realize that I do that because that's the way everything in the environment treats you and speaks to you, and every connection you've ever made is like treating you like a damn stranger. I don't care how close you say your family is. I bet you there's an ocean worth of stuff, 25, 42, in the world that you don't know about that person. Not because they're keeping a secret, not because they don't want you to know, but because people have never bothered to ask. People think I'm so mysterious and secretive, but how many of them ever sat with me and asked me anything other than bullshit? What show do you watch? Oh, I don't watch TV. So 2604, spend time with yourself, love yourself, meditate, understand that you are God. God is within you, and you should treat people exactly the way that you see yourself. And if you don't like the way you see yourself, go sit in the damn mirror and meditate in front of the mirror and talk to yourself for 15 minutes and be brutally honest. And be like, you know what? This person did this, that, and whatever, and it made me feel this way, and I wish it didn't make me feel this way. I wish I would have said that. And then think about what you wish you would have said and what effect that would have had, considering what effect that person had on you when they said it. Like, people think about every aspect of what you're doing. Connect to the connections that connected. Have fun with it. And I love you guys. Go out and love yourself and love everybody else 10,000 times more than they feel they should be loved, by loving yourself that much. Okay? Treat everybody beautifully, like a unique, one-of-a-kind masterpiece of art that you should learn to sit and appreciate. Okay? This is your museum. It's life experience. Stop praying in the house and thinking in a box and living in a box, and just use your imagination. We played house and trees and cars all over the place when we were kids. And now we won't even help people get one when they're sleeping on the street. We treat them like shit because they're still using their imagination to try to figure out a way to survive. And they don't want to face a lot of their problems, most of them, because of the way we treat them for them. Treat them kind. They're authentic people. Try to authentically find out what's wrong with them. Love everybody. I love you guys. Take care. Make the world a better place.